Yeah, it is being recorded. So for you to record for you to get the data from an Excel, first you need to have that file. So we shall create a file. So this is how you should do for creating a file, how to get the data, all this process I'm telling you. So file on file
Hello.
name. Excel file. Hello.
Sorry, Andy.
Yeah, I got the permission and I started recording it.
Okay. So,
Yeah,
who
thank
is
you.
the 78178186341 number?
That's my number, Sarita. I'm Deepti.
Okay. Carry on.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Then. So file, any name you can give for that object. So creating a new file, and here we'll be giving the file name. So file name is the path of your project. So what is our project? Project underscore Selenium. So space project underscore Selenium. So we need to, if we see here, we want to create an Excel and we want to have data in it. So we don't have an Excel here. So for that we need to create an Excel. Create an Excel, we can directly create it. But what I'm doing is to have a good view. I'm just creating a folder. I'm just writing some test data. Okay. In this, I'm creating an Excel. Then I created a folder. And I'm opening this folder. I'm entering some random data. I'll make this data valid when I'm giving the project, okay? For now, I'm just entering random data. Data we can say sum I'm giving, I don't know, okay? So my point is I'll be getting this data, and whenever we enter the data, this will be the columns. So suppose if you tell this is username, okay, I'll make it better, username I'll make. After entering username and password, I want to search for one course for our Naresh Technology. If we say course underscore search, okay. So these are the courses. Say these are the courses. Currently, I'm not going to give on this Naresh Technology, but I'm just trying to. My today's session is to get the data points. Okay, I'm saving it, and I'm making this as data sheet one. I'm labeling, giving a name to this sheet. I'm again saving it and closing this. Okay, now we are set up with the data. Now we went to our code. We wrote file Excel is goes to new file of. We need to give the file name here. File name. What is the file name is till here. Okay. Copy. I pasted it. Slash. You need to give the Excel sheet name. Sheet also. Dot. and this Excel sheet will be of different types. So what is this is XLSX. Okay. So there are
Slash.
2 dots here. Yes, 1 minute. See, if you give this type of slash, Java won't accept. Either you need to give 2 here, 2 slashes, or what you need to do is give forward slash, remove the backward slash and give forward slash, because there is a delimiter of that type. So give forward slashes everywhere. Okay, this will be a file. What is this? Oh, before that also okay. I'm just importing this one. And one more thing I want to tell you is, this is about the jars. I'm going to one other project that I did for jars. Okay, library files. Okay, see, these are the Selenium jars that we had. So for Excel, if you want to work on Excel, these are the other jars. Okay, you need to download all these jars. You can just take a screenshot of this now, and when you're working on this, by looking at the screenshot, you can download the corresponding jars and you can work on it. Okay. So let me sync these jars. Okay. How to do that? Right click on the project, properties, Java build path, add external jars. So navigate to the project underscore Selenium. It should have a data folder also. Where is it? Yes, test data. Okay. Library files. Now I'm selecting the jars. Okay. That is why I removed. Okay, fine. Anyhow, it is a warning. Okay. Now you have a file. If the file in this path is not there, it will be creating a file. But if the file is there, it will be reading the file. Okay. No need to worry whether the file is there or not. But the thing is, you need to make sure that the file is there, because it is a data-driven framework, and you need to have the file with data content. Even if the file is not there, it will be creating a file, but you can't enter the data. So you should maintain data. Now you have created a file, and you need to do the operation on this file. So for you to do an operations on this file, means for this file you will be giving read-write operations. For this read-write operations, you need to declare 1 minute. Yes, I forgot this command. So you need to have file input string. So you can give some name for that. So since this is for read-write operations, I am just giving this file input stream is equals to some object new file input stream of. So for which file you are trying to give this read write operation, means you are allowing the file to do operations on. That is this file. So that file you need to specify it over here. So again there is an error. Okay. Okay, and today I thought of telling you, starting the session with one more point. So I'm just giving a tab here. I'm selecting the columns and giving a tab. And why this is an error? File. Is there any forward slash I gave? No.
I think there is an extra space before Excel file. File, Excel file.
This one. This should be. Okay, I did not save it. That's all. Forward.
Okay.
Okay, now fine. I did not click on save, that's all. Okay. Now, yes, for this file you gave read write permissions. Now from here on it is very important. Okay. So this declaration is common for any of the files you do. But since you are working on Excel now, workbook MDB is equals to new workbook of XSSF. Remember this. Okay. So there are many ways of getting data from an Excel. So if you see here, I'll just show you. So since I have imported the jars, it directly came here. But if I did not import the jars, you could see some more options. Okay. There, why I'm telling you this is, of all the ways, there are some SOS way, SOS user model, and this is XSSF user model. So org Apache POI XSSF user model. So of all the ways, this feature XSSF feature will have more ways of getting the data, means more easy methods. It will be having multiple methods of getting data easily. So I prefer this. Not only I, most of the people use this. So I recommend you also to use this. So since another one is the SS user model. This is another one. Don't import this. Just import XSSF. Okay.
So where do we download those jars?
From internet only.
Or directly we need to search it, or any particular website like that?
Directly you need to search it means?
Like in the Google, or we can go through the Selenium website and from there.
No, there you can't do. From the Selenium site you can't. You need to Google it. That is why I told you to take the screenshot. So you'll be having the versions also. It will be easy for you. Okay. Yeah. So now we got hold of this workbook, and we have got the permissions to write into this workbook. Now read and write. So after getting the permission, we need to work on sheets. So what is the sheet is XSSF sheet. I'm just giving workbook sheet. I'm giving is equals to no. For this we need to get the sheet. Where is the sheet? That sheet is in workbook dot get wb dot we'll need to get the sheet here. So what is the sheet name? We need to go there and come. Where is it? We need to go here. Test data. This is the data Excel we are looking at, and sheet name. So that is why I gave a sheet name, valid sheet name, so that we can navigate easily. If not, we can have sheet 1 or sheet 2. That is fine. Okay. Now I got hold of the sheet also. Yes. I got hold of the sheet. Now after getting the sheet, what I want to do, I want to read this data. Okay. This data, all this data I want to read. So what I'll do, first to read this data, and now before that also, I'll tell you how I'm going to do this, so that you'll understand what I'm doing. Okay. I will get all the columns here. All the column names I'll be getting first, and then I'll be getting the first row values. Okay. I'll take a map. I'll take a map. In this map, you know that map will be taking two variables, correct? Either string or int string or string int, anything it will take. I'll take two strings only. In this map, for the first string, I'll be taking the column name, and in this map, for the second string, means second value, I'll be taking one of the row value. For if suppose these are test cases, so this is test case 1, this is test case 1, this is test case 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 11 it is there, you think. So what I'll do is, I'll take a map with the column header first in the key, and with the test case values into the value of map. Okay, getting me?
Yeah.
We'll get one row of value, or the row field. Will it be just
Complete
data
row.
2 or data 2 point 2 join 2?
It will be like, you see, if I getting the row means, it will be username, password, and column search in
The entire row.
this one. And now what I'll do is, the second, if I want to execute the first test case, it will be like data 2, point 2, and joint 2 in this one.
Okay.
Okay. What is the benefit of doing this is, if suppose I want to get the username of sixth test case, since it is a map and since the key values are unique, so the username password will also be unique, right? It should not be same. Okay. Now what I'll do is, basically the column and key doesn't have anything to do with the test case. Keys is only about the columns. Columns should always be unique, because if suppose you are entering username, again you can't have a column for username, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So this will be unique. That is why I put it into key. Okay. Now, if I want to get the sixth test case username and password, I can just call the key here. If I call this key with the row count of 6, then I'll get this username. If I call the key with a row count of 6, if I want to get the password, I'll be calling the password value. I'll get the password here. So I think you remember about the maps that I told you. Whenever you want to do an operations on the value, you can do only with the key. If you call this will be displayed. So I think you remember the concept of maps. I think everyone remember.
Yeah, but how do we call the key here? Like,
Yeah, I'll tell you how do we call. But this is what I'm going to implement.
so first one will be the key, and the second one will be the product
Value.
value.
Okay. It will be of the test cases. So how I'll do this is today, how I'll tell you. Okay. Now I'll take the row is there. So first my target is to get all these header values, get all these header values into the maps key. Okay.
Yeah.
So first for that, and from this session I thought of telling you about the try and catch also. See, try catch is one of the statements that will that we will be able to handle exceptions. So we'll be telling this part of the code which is in try block that if you see any issue, you go to the catch and display the corresponding issue. That is what we'll tell it. Okay. So nothing means syntax for this is, you before writing any part of the code, just write try. Okay. And after that, write a at the end of the method, write a catch. Catch will always carry a parameter. So this is a standard you can give. Whenever you give, it will be this one only. But whatever you want to do into, suppose this catch, what it will do is, if you find any exception here, what you want the code to do is the thing that you need to write here. So what I am doing is, I am just displaying that error, nothing more than that. So there are many operations where you can do many other things. If you see this exception, do that, do this, they'll be writing a lot of code. Means if they want a detailed error, they'll be giving that you need to check. There are many other options for this, means they'll be giving. But if I say like there is 100 lines of, means 100 people wrote a code, so 70% will give only this statement, only this part of the catch statement they'll be giving. Okay. So this is try catch. From now on, I'll be using try catch for every method. Okay, I'm being said again. And we have a file. We have created we have a workbook. We have read-write permissions for that. We have a sheet, and now in this sheet, I need to get the row count, first row to last row. Why? Because I'll be getting the data continuously. From this, I'll be getting the data. From this, I'll be getting the data. I want to get the data, right? So for me to get the data, I want to know how many times I need to iterate this for me to get the data of the last row also. Okay. So for me, row count, I'm just giving an integer. Int row count is equal to workbook sheet, sorry, is equals to sheet dot get last row number minus workbook sheet dot get first row number. Okay, so I'm getting the last row number 12 minus 1, so there are 11. No, okay, this will be 0 to this value. Yes, it will be from 0. 12 minus means 11 minus 0, so it will come 11. For this count is 12. Okay, fine.
Okay.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Fine. Okay. Then. See, the simple thing you are seeing here 12. I'm telling that this XSSF methods or jars will be counting it from 0. So if you take the 0 as 1, then the total count will come up to 11. Okay. Now you got the row count. After getting the row count, what you need to do? My point is, I want to get this data into one list first. So I actually want to get into maps first, but since I can't do it directly into maps, I'll be getting it into a list. So for that, I'm declaring a list now. So this is for getting the key value. Linked list. So this is of type string. Everything I'll be giving as strings only. You also need to declare it as string. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll iterate for this.
Row count.
Yes, row count. For int I equals to 0. As I told, it will start from 0. I less than
Row count.
row count I plus plus. And one more thing is, just don't give it as I. So give it as row value, because it will be, when coding, will be able to easily understand. I'll tell you where you'll understand this. So give it as row value. I'm opening it and closing it. Okay. In this row value, what I need to do, I need to get this first row's value. So if I want to get this first row's value, I need to know how many rows are there. See, here we can tell that it is 3, but in application there will be many row values. You need to scroll till then so many values will be. So for you to get the columns size, means number of columns, how many columns are there, you need to do like, so for this column name I'm making it as instance variable. So int, why I'm making it as an instance variable, or that also I'll tell you. Column size equals to 0. I'm just initializing it. Okay. I'm just copying the column size. Column size equals to, so where we need to get the column size? From the data sheet. So WB sheet dot, for which column, for which row you want to get the column? I want to get the first row. So dot get sheet. Okay, WB sheet dot get where is that sheet? Okay.
Get sheet column.
1 minute. We got it here now. Our book sheet dot, we want to get the first row, but get see.
Get top row.
Get row. No, get row. Not top row. Don't go for top row. Okay.
Oh.
Get row.
What is
of
that?
Row. Get row of row value. Okay. I got the row value. Now in that row, I want to get the last cell. When you're dealing with rows, you'll be seeing methods with name row. But when you're dealing with columns, the method names will be of cell. Okay. Get last cell number. Okay. Now what it will do is, for this worksheet, it will go to the row, the first row, means here row value. It will go to the first row starting from 0, and for the first row it will go to the last cell. Last cell, what is the last cell here? It is this one, and it will put that value into column size. Okay. Now I open this sheet, I got this sheet, I got this row, and I pointed my pointer to this first row and 3 columns. Now what I need to do, I need to get the data. For me to get the data, I need to traverse into this. For
Why we put this in the for loop column?
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Wait, I'll tell you.
No. My question is, why is it inside the row value for loop?
You can make it outside, you're saying.
Yeah.
Wait, this is good.
Because we are just finding out the number.
Yeah, I'll tell you. For this, which we are doing for the key value into the mouse, which I'm trying to get it, you can declare it outside or inside, that is fine. But when you go to this one, if you have a test case, now what I told, I'll be getting this into the map and I'll be putting it in the key value, and this is from the test. This is a test case. This will be a test case. This data I'll be putting into the maps into values. Now it is not 100% sure that every column in the Excel should have data for that particular test case. When you're dealing with a particular test case, all the values in the columns and all the values should not be filled with some data. It is not sure. Suppose you have one test case where you'll be giving username and password, and you log into the application. For that, when you're taking, you need to give username as input, you need to give password as input. So these are two things. Then second test case deals with, suppose if you tell we are dealing with some application, say, Gmail if you say. Now second test case doesn't deals with username and password. It deals with clicking on this inbox, and suppose if you want to do the search criteria, if you want to search that. So you'll be searching for some value. That search value, what you want to search, you'll be giving it from Excel. So first test case doesn't deals with such thing, and second test case doesn't deals with username and password.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this value, which column value I'm referring to, the first column will have unique set of values. Even if the test case are 100, then this Excel sheet size will increase and it will go on increasing the column values. But it is not like each and every test case should have some value for the columns in the at the column level. Getting it? Am I clear? Okay.
Are you saying?
Don't get confused also. If you see this program, till the end you will get it. Okay?
Satish, are you saying that the same spreadsheet will be used to test multiple different conditions?
Multiple different test cases. That is what I
Test
told.
cases.
This each and everything is a test case.
So they
this
can
is
have
one
different column headings.
we should have. We can have. That is wrong. We should have. So we'll be
I hope
having
I
it.
got it right. Okay, you proceed, Satish. If I have doubt, I'll come back again.
Yeah, don't worry about this. But just now in this session, just try to understand how to get the data.
Okay.
So now if you get the data, when I'm dealing with this projects, I'll tell you why I did that. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Don't need to worry. Okay. Into column value is equals to 0. This column value also, this will also start from 0, 0. So as per these jars that they design XSR jars, this position starts with 0, 0. This is 0, 1. 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4. And this is 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 2. No. Yes.
0.
No, 20. Right?
20.
This is 20, 30, 40. Everyone is with me now. Fine. Okay, now I got this column value. This column value should be less than column size. So column value plus. Okay. Now I declared a key. So first let me get this value into the string. So this will be like first zeroth row and 0th column. So I'll be getting this value is equals to. Okay. Now getting the values from this Excel, you need to have another thing like this file input stream will give you permissions to read and write. If you want to get the data, you need to have is equals to new data. So for you to get the data, you need to have this. Okay. So formatter dot format cell value. See, you need to see the return type also. It is string. So format cell value. Now what you're doing is in this sheet. You want to get the method dot get row of row value. That is why I told you to write this variable in this format so that you'll understand. Now you're getting the row value. Okay. If you put I and J, it will be confusing. Okay. In this row value, again, you need to get the get cell of get cell of column value. Okay. Now just see this. This is important. Okay. Format cell value. Just this is to get the data. You need to use this. Okay. So in this sheet, you are getting the row value which is 0 of get cell value. I told cells this with columns. So get the column which is cell value, column value. So the column value here is first it is 0. So 0 and 0 position you are getting. Now after getting this position, what you do is ll key dot. What is this ll key? It is a string that what list which I declared. Dot. How to add values into this? Using add. Yeah, what you're going to add? You're going to add value. Okay. Now you did this. So based on this code, what we can understand that once if this executed, the column values will come and sit in your linked list. Fine. Okay. So once this is executed, now I don't want to repeat this again. Okay. So what I'll do is, so this loop got completed. After this loop getting completed, I'll just put a break here.
Spelling.
See, after break, see, if you see here the code, you'll get a warning here. Why?
It should go through the row value also, right? If we break it here, it will have only one row value.
Yes, that is what I want.
Oh, okay.
That is what I want, right? I want only this into the linked list so that I can add that linked list to this map. I can add the linked list here. Why I did not declare map and directly add is because if I want to declare if I declare a map and if I want to add directly, I need to get this value also. But this value I don't have currently. I got only this value. So for time being, I'm storing these values into a list, and after that I'll add these values into this map. Okay? You got me?
Satish, here is where I had my question. Like,
Okay.
why do we have to get the username, password, and course search each and every time? Why? Because you already got it in a linked list now. So, can that not be a one-time activity? After which you start processing the data.
Yeah, it will be one-time activity only. After that, I won't use. If you see, means where you are feeling that I'm repeating it all the time, means multiple times. Means, do you find it anywhere that I'm doing it all the time? No, right? So this is only one-time activity.
Inside a for loop.
Yeah, for loop is for repeating this inner for loop is there, right? For getting these values. Okay, and the outer for loop, that row value is for getting this position. So you can, for this, if suppose your Excel.
I'm sorry, just a minute. Am I the only person who's out of sync? If that's the case, I'll just wait and listen. I don't want to waste.
No, actually, I also have the same doubt.
Okay, what is your doubt?
Yeah, actually, let me go through it once. Actually, what we are having is like, can you show the code for a minute?
Yeah.
Here, for the first for loop, it will run till it will have like until it goes to row count, right? In this code, here the row count is 11, I think 11 or 12. So it will go all the 12 cycles, right?
Yes, correct.
What is the need to go all through 12? Because the count will be same, right? For all 12 loops.
Even if the count is same, we are not navigating throughout the count. So you can use while loop also for this. Since you know that you will be repeating it only once. That is also fine.
Here, especially in this, here we are getting only the header line, right?
Correct.
So for only getting the header line, we don't need to use the for loop.
Correct.
That's it.
I agree. I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. Yes.
Yeah.
If that is your question and if she is getting confused, you can. That is correct.
Yeah, that is what both of us are asking. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with your point.
Okay.
You can use while also. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Why I use this is I'll tell you.
This one, to get the data, we can use this condition, right? Like all here in the Excel sheet, we have like data 2, data 3, data 4. We all.
Yes. There we can
To get
use
all these things, we can use this one. But for the header line, we don't need to use this one.
Correct. Agreed with you only.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. Now, you can try this one with the while loop. Only this part I'm telling you. Only this part you can try with while loop because you have specific condition. That is fine. Okay. If you remove this code also, it will work. This is what I just want to show. Because since we are repeating it for this first time and we are putting a break statement here. So this break will come out of this for loop and it won't be able to increment this value. So the for loop without increment, this will work. Okay. Now I got the first values and I printed it. And again telling you, and because I have an early office today, I'll be dropping in just 10 minutes, even if this is completed or not. Okay.
Yeah. Satish, one more thing is like here in the catch, we mentioned exception E, right?
Yes.
And throw E. What is it?
E is the super class of all the exceptions. So if you put E, if you see here, see, this is IO exception. In exceptions, this is one of the type is input output exception. And if you see other things, yes, this is interrupted exception. Okay. And any other exception we shall see. This is also interrupted. So basically the point is exception is a superclass, and all different types of exceptions are inherited inherit this exception class, E class. So what is this is, if I put this exception, it will cover all types of exceptions. I know it to specifically give, like if it is IO exception, do this. If it is a interrupted exception, do this. No need to worry on those.
Oh,
So whatever exception comes, it will throw.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Yeah, thanks. Now I got the values into the column header and I displayed it. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to copy the same code. Okay, but now my count will come from 1, correct? Now what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to get this data. Okay, so this is 1 row and 0 column. So it starts with 1 less than or equal to count, and this should increment this time. So value should increment. Okay, I'll remove this break so that the warning will go. Now I started with row 1 and I less than or equal to row 1, row count plus plus. Now I'll be getting the column count. Column count is, for this particular row, I'll be getting the column count. How many columns are there? So here also it is 3. Okay, I'll be getting the column count, and for this column count I'll be repeating it. It will still start from 0, don't make it 1. And this one also string value that. So I'll be getting row of 1, column of 0. Now I planned to enter these values into some other linked list. Okay, for this. So I'll tell this as linked list value, I'll tell, because I want to add this value into map value of maps. Okay, Control C. Now add into maps now. After adding this, it will come out of this loop. Then it will increment. So let me display here. Okay. So after this, it will get in the row values. It will be displaying it here. Then it will increment the value. It will make it a second row, and you will get the second row columns. So basically, we need to do one more thing also. I'm clearing this value. Okay. I'll tell you. I'll tell without clearing this and with clearing this. Okay. I'm just saving it. I'll run and show you for the first time. This opening application means we did not comment the part of code. Okay. So it will come to this main and it will get this method. F3, if I click, it will go to that method. Okay, we shall see once. Okay, anyhow, I installed the browser there, that is why it opened. But anyhow, see the data. The first display is what I gave is the linked list key I gave. So here, this is the linked list key. Now second data what I gave is linked list value. So this is linked list value. For the first test case, it will execute fine because when I access username, it will give data 2. When I say password, it will give point 2. If I say course name, it will give join 3. Coming to the second test case. When it repeats for the second test case, if I tell username, it will give data 2, but that is not true. For the second test case, username is data 3 here. So this should be wiped off. For this to be wiped off, I am just clearing it. Clear everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now see how it will go. See now, it is taking each and every value individually. So when I'm in the second loop, if I want to get the data, if I tell username, then it will be picking user 3 only. So this is how we'll be getting the data. Now we got the data. Now we need to map this data. We need to set this linked list values into a map. Okay. We have the map declared. No. So we shall declare a map. So I told map will carry 2 strings. String, comma. Okay, sorry, I'll make this as this map is a interface, so linked hash map and getting this.
Why we are getting repeated values before LL value dot clear?
If you are not doing this one, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you 1 minute. It can be resolved to a typo. Linked hash map.
Linked, right? It's list hash.
Yes. Okay, sorry. Linked hash map. Copy.
The other one.
Game. Okay, this is fine. Okay, now it got fine. Now to your question, see. Now what this will do, linked LL value dot add for the first column iteration. So you're at point here. For when you iterate for the first time, it will store data to point to join to. After that, you execute the test cases. It is working fine, and now you want to execute the next test case.
Yeah.
So if you go to next test case, the username is data 3, password is point 3, join 3. Okay.
Yeah.
But since you did not clear the previous test case values, the next test cases values will be appended to this. It will come here.
Okay.
This 3, if you are taking this into a list, this 3 will come and sit here.
Okay.
Now, if you want to get the password, again you will be setting for the same password on username only. Username will be same, password will be same, because you can't reach this data.
Okay.
For you to have the valid data there, you need to clear this.
Okay.
Okay.
So, like you said, hash set is did not take the repetitive values, right? So we can use instead of list, we can use hash set here.
Why you want to take hash set? See, if you're trying to suppose your test case is you need to test with a user called test1, okay, and password is test2.
Yeah.
Now you want to test with another user who has a username of test1 same,
Okay.
and password is joint 3 something.
Okay.
That time you need to have maintain repetitive values. It is not like this test case values which are there should not have repeated. That is not my case. But I want to make it strict rule that the column headers which you are defining should not be repetitive.
Yeah.
You are getting it? Everyone is clear on this? Column name should not be repetitive, because when you're pulling the value from this Excel and if you say, I want the username key, means if you have a column with username here, username here, username here, then it will get confused which to select. Okay. So user header should be unique, but the data in the test cases can be repetitive. You don't need to take any set.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'll end this session today. Actually, I thought I'll cover this. I was not able to, but anyhow, today it was better interactive. So last steps we have is just adding a map and doing it.
Yeah, tomorrow we can do that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, then thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye. And Brahan, one more question.
Yes, sir.
So Brahan, you'll be joining from tomorrow. Tomorrow also.
For now, that's the plan. Yes. So I will get back to your previous 2 sessions. I saw the Tuesday session. Only
Okay.
Wednesday and Thursday sessions are pending. I'll take a look at it and then again take a look at today's session.
Okay. So if you are going to join tomorrow, half an hour only class. Just a point everyone.
Oh, Tuesday.
Okay,
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay then. Yeah. Bye.
Yeah, bye.